Let's take you straight to the top story tonight. The NPA mess is turning out to be a mockery of sorts. The king of bad loans, Vijay Mallya, who owes a whopping 7,000 crore rupees to banks, is unfazed. Even as the RBI tightens the screws on truant promoters, the former liquor tycoon has in fact gone ahead and bought a Caribbean cricket club just days after the Punjab National Bank declared him a willful defaulter. And it's not banks which are sweating it out because of Mallya's extravaganza. The run on bank stocks has primarily been the trigger for the market crash, resulting in huge losses for investors.
Mallya, however, continues to be defiant. In an exclusive chat with Times Now, Mallya says he is looking to settle with his bankers, although he refused to give a timeline. On his recent acquisition of the Barbados cricket club, he says that the media has no business to get into his personal life. The development comes at a time when top honchos like Deepak Parekh say only a deep surgery by the RBI can cure the NPA mess. The great Indian NPA mockery and its effect on the broader economy is indeed our top story right here on India Tonight.
This regarding this banks making you a willful defaulter, the PNB now the latest one making you a willful defaulter. So your reaction to that, sir?
I have no reaction at all. I don't comment on these things.
But sir, it is that now in the case of like Deepak Parekh, the SGFC chairman has also said.
Listen,
sir, listen to me.
You can say whatever you want, my friend. I am not issuing any comment.
But would you want to say anything about the NPA comments that how the public sector banks are being?
I would not like to comment at all.
And can you tell us, sir, that the RBI governor also has said that if you have massive birthday parties.
I have no comment to make
at all about this. What is your future action? How would you intend to pay these loans? Anything?
My only future action is to achieve a settlement with the banks.
Okay, and how would you plan to do that, sir?
That's it. I have nothing more to say.
But how would you achieve to do that, sir? Any idea?
Why are you worried about my business,
sir, because it is.
Please.
Sir, the question being raised that it is the taxpayers' money, it is the public money which is being.
Listen. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I am making all possible efforts to settle with the banks. That's all I am prepared to say.
So, is that a time frame?
But that's all I'm prepared to say. It's very simple. I say, why are you asking me the same question in 10 different ways?
Okay, sir. Would you want to answer about the PwC report and?
I don't want to answer about anything. I have not commented to the media. I don't intend to comment to the media.
And about the fact that your lavish lifestyle versus the loans?
Listen, everybody has their own perceptions. I don't want to comment.
So the basic point you're trying to say that you want to pay every penny which you owe to the bank.
Listen, why are you going on and on? Yeah? Are you the government of India or are you the Reserve Bank governor that you're asking me all these questions?
No, sir, these questions the RBI have asked and nobody's answered. That's why I'm asking.
No, fair enough. So if RBI asks me any questions, I will respond to the RBI.
But at this moment when the PNB has declared you a willful defaulter, you wouldn't want to say anything.
PNB is not the only bank. I have got relief from court on valid grounds. That's fine. I will do what I have to do. I have no comment to make.
You're not the RBI to ask me questions is a very defiant Vijay Mallya in conversation there with Times Now. But just how deep is the NPA rot and what can be done to stop this mockery and what has become of the entire bad loan saga? Sandeep.
That's right, Supriya. We put together some of the biggest banking voices and economic thinkers to try and break down this problem and find a possible solution. Here's Supriya in conversation with a host of experts.
Given the state of the banking system, you do not attack it so aggressively because these are problems that have built up over a very long period of time. And it's not the banks alone that are responsible. Let's be very clear. Today's position of NPA is a result of a number of factors. Apart from the slowdown globally and internally, the banks, yes, they misjudged. Their due diligence was perhaps faulty. Corporates themselves were over-aggressive in their investments. The Reserve Bank of India itself was also to blame because they followed a very loose monetary policy. They urged banks to lend to infrastructure, they ease the exposure norms, and despite the fact that they do their own inspection, they're supposed to be doing their own inspection, they kept quiet and turned a blind eye all these years.
No sensible government, no sensible democratic government in the world runs banks on a day-to-day basis. They may do it during an emergency, but not on a day-to-day basis. So I'm really surprised that Raghuram Rajan, who's a very sensible man, with all his background, that he should not come out and say this to the government.
I entirely agree that this restructuring, this thing should have been started earlier. I entirely agree with Mr. Bhushan that there should be accountability. In fact, I have advocated this so many times, and also management reform is the key. And I entirely agree that government has no money, it should get out of the banks. There is absolutely no doubt. But what I'm saying, management accountability, the structural reform in the banks, that is the key issue. And also ecosystem we have to create. Without that, we'll be not able to get out of the problem.
Regarding ownership, either, to my mind, it should be either 51% when you control, but if you don't want to control, it should be down to zero. Now, what public purpose is served by the government by holding 12% stake in Axis Bank? That amount is 12,000 crores. You sell it off and set up 24, assuming.
Somebody has committed a crime and can have a lifestyle. This is the fault of the system, legal system, administrative system. So long as within the administrative system he is able to do that, I think I will not like to raise an issue on that.
So long as let us also not, I am not apologetic for Vijay Mallya. He has also created big wealth in United Breweries and United Spirits. So it is not that he has not created wealth for shareholders. He has done. But this particular venture did not do that. But coming to this, I think the biggest lesson for the bank was that in Kingfisher, the bank financed current assets, the receivables from the travel agents and all. Had they financed the planes, then they would have got better value.
This debate is a very important debate, and this is a very good moment. You know, the point is not to judge the lifestyle of the rich, where that's a matter of dharma. It's not a legal issue. And what the real issue here is the whole structure of government ownership when there is no accountability. It's not the money that belongs to anyone. That is the government's money, and that's why a lot of the mess comes about.
Getting out of government ownership is the panacea of all problems. May I ask the UK, when they have got out of mining, airlines and all others, why did they have to take stake in Royal Bank of Scotland? Because unless the government took stake, these banks would have collapsed. And once the bank collapse happens, all the savings run. I think when you take that decision, it is not as easy as privatizing an airline or privatizing a mining company. When you decide to privatize a banking company, you also have to see whether the public confidence that company would have. And every Indian knows that had unit trust of India been in private sector, the shareholder wouldn't have put in money and protected the institution. But since it was in government sector, government stepped in.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.